The Type 94, and ladies and gentlemen, last I left off because I had to go clean off the airbrush, which I need to do a video on airbrush just in general. A lot of people want to know what I use, and I like to use clones, but we may have to venture into that realm someday. But anyway, I had to get it clean because I had to shoot a basically a yellow stripe. If you see there on the base, just basically like the tank. Tank's got brown, khaki, green, and then a yellow stripe. That's for the sunlight to come in. Got on one side, two, three, and four. So all the colors are on. I'm going to actually put a filter wash on it to basically get the same color as the tank, and then I'm going to do some little chipping on it and everything, and do some shading on it just to make it pop. And if I can find it somewhere here, I actually got a plaque for it. So anyway, try to get that on. It's almost done. It'll probably be a little while before I get this totally done. But anyway, I always like to have something to do while something dries, if that makes sense. And if you want a plaque, North North Country Trophies, excellent service. If you want plaques, that's my go-to plaque. But anyway, the tank, very little weathering that I've done on it. I mean, I'm trying to, again, it's just in sections here and there. The figure, I did get the his I want to say it's called a Gantu. I think that's what they call it. The I won't say war sword. Just got a brown base coat on there. I'm going to put some washes on and get that accomplished. His white gloves, they're actually not white. It's more of a grayish white. And I'm going to put a gray wash on there and then go back over and basically dry brush the very highlight with a bright white. That's the way I like to do it. And I need to touch up his pouches and gun holsters, just make it a little more worn. But anyway, I think he's turned out pretty darn slick. I did go back in. You probably won't be able to see it. 5 o'clock shadow, just trying to darken up a little bit. I make it a little bit more. And then he's got goggles. I haven't put that on yet. That's the clear part, and I haven't put the clear lens on the front. But anyway, so I need to work on the base, get more of the groundwork, and get the bottom of the hole, and where dirt would accumulate on the tank itself. But anyway, that is where I am on the Type 94. Up next for the build brothers, we're going to build three things, and first thing we're going to start with is a vintage AMT Zeppelin. Now, I want to build it, but I don't know if we're actually doing the Hindenburg. We may be just doing the Zeppelin. This is going to be hung in the store because we live in a crazy world. Can't have accuracy in the back here. So I don't know. We may or may not. I'll keep everyone posted on that. If not, we'll just be doing a Zeppelin. But anyway, this is a original Hindenburg kit, and it actually goes together really well. And I've said this today anyway. I do miss the simplicity of 70s era kits. I mean, very little parts. It actually goes together really well. You may have to sand a little bit here and there, but it's just, the 70s kits are basically solid. You put them together, and then the fun parts add to it. But anyway, got the main hull together. And I got to go back in, and it fits, but it's just, I mean, it wants to there's just not really a seam. There ain't no seam at all here. It just wants to kind of overlap just a tad. So what I'm going to do is don't never do this. I'm here to tell you. Oh man, I got stuck. I had to go put up a banner at the toy place, and had to take Mr. Hobby Knife and put it in your pockets. I've actually put one in my pocket one time, and it cut a hole and went all the way through. But anyway, that's another thing. I was going to actually take the back of the blade, which is 101 ways to use a knife, and I'm going to basically scrape the very edge and get it down to the appropriate height. And well, I can't say I probably have put one together, but I I never really painted one correctly, so I got to figure out what a Zeppelin is. But anyway, that's a nice solid kit. I do like old 70s kits. I think they're the backbone of model building. But anyway, we're going to start that, which I just have, and then we'll be starting the Concorde, which that'll probably be next after that, and then the what are we doing here? Well, it's a different side here. We're doing the Boeing 747, and anyway, more on that later. One kit at a time before we get too involved. Anyway, that's what I got going on today. We are starting the Zeppelin / Hindenburg, and the Type 94 is getting more weathering. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for next exciting episode.